I've mentioned a little bit about QAnon in previous videos without going into too much detail about what it is and who Q is. I've only talked about some of the results of their idiocy, like people trying to free supposed child slaves who don't exist in the middle of Arizona. But since then, a few more things have happened Q-wise, so let's go a little bit deeper here. QAnon is a poster on 4chan and 8chan who claims to be a top-level political agent with confidential information about, hold on to your hats, how Donald Trump is secretly fighting a war on evil Democrats and Hollywood elites who are involved in pedophile sex trafficking and, those New World Order type of things. Q delivers this information in difficult to understand Nostradamus-like code, leaving his growing cabal of followers to desperately try to decipher what it all means. Over the past few months, the Q posts have started claiming that big information is coming soon, and that soon the entire world will see that he and his followers are right about their absolutely insane conspiracy theory. I have occasionally checked in on the Reddit outpost for the followers of this conspiracy theory, which is r/Great Awakening, and it's part terrifying, part hilarious, and part baffling. And here's the thing that I realized recently. It's also part religion, with Q set up as the prophet. I say this because reading through the comments there really reminded me of studying Christianity, particularly things like millennialism and other belief systems based upon prophecies that just never come true. If you'll recall, Jesus was crucified and he promised to return. These days, most modern Christians tend to think of that as being far in the future. But back in the day when Christ died, his contemporaries assumed that the return would be within their lifetime. A lot of the things that were cited around that time really made that clear. Obviously, that did not happen. And if humans were perfectly logical beasts, then that would have been the end of Christianity right then and there. But they're not. So Christianity is still going strong today. Each time Jesus failed to appear, new scriptures were invented to explain why it hadn't happened and why it was definitely going to happen this time. The date got pushed further and further back, and eventually, once they were 1,000 years removed, Christians just figured, it'll happen at some point, no big deal. The exact same thing is happening with QAnon followers. Obviously, the entire thing is completely made up, but a ridiculous number of people still believe it for a variety of reasons. Like most conspiracy theories, it's appealing because it allows people to believe that they know something other people don't know, that they're part of something good, a greater good, that the world is in good hands, and that the leader of our country is actually doing something helpful for people in need. At the same time, the people around them are all pointing out that they're idiots who believe in an idiot conspiracy made by and propagated by other idiots. Every time QAnon promises that the world is soon going to find out that they're all right, they get this renewed feeling that they are right, that they're not idiots, and soon everyone will know it. Just like the early Christians, in the days following a disappointment, there are those who are confused and they feel like giving up. For instance, here's a post I saw the other day after a promised 9/11 reveal failed to happen. I think a lot of us are a little down today. We have been trusting the plan every day and red-pilling daily. Now loved ones think we are insane because we keep saying it's happening and then nothing. And this poster then describes how many times they've been disappointed before, but then instead of coming to the conclusion of, oh wait, maybe this means the entire thing is just a hoax, she writes, I pray for patience and pray for protection for Trump. Thank you to all patriots for the enduring work to make our country and lives a better place for us and our children. These people they've invested so much of their identity into this hoax that they feel they must keep going. It's a form of the sunk cost fallacy, which is the idea that if you've invested a lot into something, you can't just quit. You have to keep going until you feel that that investment has been paid back, even if the chances of that happening are slim, and what you're actually doing is throwing good money after bad. It's how casinos make their money, and it's how conspiracies like this sometimes can keep trucking along. The good news about all this is that this week, Reddit made a good call and decided to ban the QAnon subreddit. As I've mentioned before, the science does suggest that this means that these people will mostly disperse. Yes, a lot of them have now set up home over on Vote and other outlets of the web, but without that mainstream Reddit community cheering them on, there's a better chance that some of them will wake up, so to speak, and realize what a bunch of bunk this is.